104. Happy Friday on a snowy Friday afternoon here in Edmonton. Welcome to EST Afternoons. I'll fix it for you. Welcome, Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton Sports. Joaquin Gage, Hernan Salas, and Zachticum here. What's going on, Gager?
Who's sitting here?
I was.
Your stuff's fine, I guess. Hey, your stuff's fine.
Did it just fall off or was it off?
No, it was off.
Oh, my bad. I'm going to blame Lieutenant Air. Fun show tonight this afternoon, as the Oilers are coming off a 3-2 overtime win over the Preds. Connor McDavid making history, fourth fastest player ever to hit 1,000 points on a just epic play. The assists were just meant to be. It was just a great night overall for...
I can't work like this.
I'll go over that.
This was fine. Until someone sat here.
Zach.
This is like Goldilocks. Someone's been messing with my microphone.
What did you do, Gager?
This isn't me. This was off when I got here.
While they do that, I'll tell you what's on the show today. Nick Anderson, Edmonton Elks linebacker, who took home the most outstanding rookie of the year last night at the CFL Awards. He'll join us at 1:20. 1:40, Gager's boss and comedian Kent Tilley will join us for some financial talk, and I really want to get his thoughts on the Mike Tyson and Jake Paul fight, and also on the greatness of Connor McDavid. That's coming up at 1:40. And at 2:20, everyone's favorite, Jason Strudwick, former NHLer, and part of the Got Your Back podcast. He'll join us at 2:20. See, Gager?
No, it's like, why do you got to change stuff?
I didn't change anything. It fell off when I was sitting there, but did you see what Zach did? He moved the cord to the other side. That was like that before I sat there, so.
It was it's all wrapped around it.
Okay.
It's weird the way
we'll
the
get to
setup
the bottom
is,
of
but
this.
it works.
There's cameras in here. We can see who messed this up, but man, I had all this whole thing to say. I'm flustered now, buddy.
Well, while you get unflustered, my man, we're coming to you live from the William Huff Studios here in the west end of the city. So it's a fun show. Lots to get to. I'm so pumped for this fight. More than anything. Like, seriously. I'm going to go pick up a couple bottles of wine. Maybe some...
Who are you watching it with? Are you just going to...
Just at home with the girlfriend.
just by yourself?
Who do you got, Jones or Miocic? Oh, you're talking about the other fight, right? Oh, yeah.
Is that Saturday?
That's tomorrow.
It's tomorrow.
I'll probably watch that too.
What did Miocic say about Jones's kids?
He didn't. He didn't say anything.
Oh, okay.
I don't think he's the kind of
Jones-
guy to talk smack about somebody's kids because he's a big family guy, so he doesn't want to.
Because he was. That's what Jones said to him. Said, "Don't ever talk about my kids." And he said he didn't in the weigh-in.
Yeah.
You didn't watch the weigh-in?
I watched some of it. I've seen those clips. I know.
How
I'm the
did
guy.
I watch the weigh-in and you don't?
I watched the embedded series. I watched the UFC countdown, so like 2 hours of stuff there, but I didn't have the time or the wherewithal to check in on the weigh-ins. I still have to do that, and the press conference.
I can tell it's fight weekend.
Did you see?
I'm all fired up. I'm all mad.
You want to fight me right now?
I do want to fight you now.
Did you see Mike Tyson slap Jake Paul yesterday?
Yeah, but you know the reason why?
Because he stepped on him.
Yeah. Why do the monkey crawl? Like, just walk up. There's nothing.
Boy.
Oh God, and I'm probably upset more so because I threw on that the Netflix special there.
Yeah.
I got into my account, threw it on the TV, and there's Jake Paul taking ayahuasca, sitting in Puerto Rico, talking about asking the gods of hallucinogens if he's going to win this fight or not. Yeah, he's And then they showed his. Like, I'm not a huge influencer guy. Like, these guys kind of rub me the wrong way.
Yeah.
And they had the progression of the Paul brothers. There's nothing more annoying than that. If I was like Mike Tyson's trainer, I would just have him in like one of those brain altering things like, you don't know, but the Winter Soldier. Everyone else that's normal that watches Marvel movies, the Winter Soldier, when they're programming him with his eyelids held open, that's what I'd make Mike Tyson watch. Just all Jake Paul's influencer videos. And that would be enough to knock him out in the first 30 seconds, I think.
Yeah, we'll see. It's going to, oh man, we should, we have an EST text. We got to all be in there when the fight's going.
I thought we were just all going to watch it here, but Tommy left. Trev's on his way home. You're obviously just going to drown yourself in grape juice.
Rob from the Grove. No, sorry. Marble from the Maya Turner. The Joaquino Heat. You're bringing the heat right now.
It's not heat. It's anger. It's pure anger right now.
I'm angry at Matthew Wanick. So he finishes his show and he goes, "Who wants to go for lunch?" No one can go for lunch.
Oh, that's good.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I had to jump on the oil stream. Trev's doing Lock Shop. Zachticum's getting ready for our show. And Reed Wilkins' show. Tommy and I have to do oil stream.
Reed could have come for lunch. Eric could have come for lunch.
This is
Who else? Trev could have come for lunch. There were other people that Jasmine could have come for lunch.
Trev couldn't because he was doing Lock Shop.
He set it up. He could have come. Zach could have come.
Zach was prepping for our show.
I just showed up to work. But thanks for the invite.
No, it's just bad timing, Maddie.
Well, it was a bet between Jay and I.
If you didn't want us to come, you could have just told us.
I wanted everyone to come but you.
Welcome to my life. I don't get invited anywhere.
Jasmine. Oh, wow, Gager. Why would you watch the Netflix series if you think it's rigged? Oh, you all capped me too, Jasmine? My God. All capped.
All capped.
This is what are you guys doing? What's going on?
I don't know. We're exchanging
Some producer things. I'm distracting Hernan.
Yeah.
Jeez.
What? Oh, it's good. Okay. Connor McDavid, wonderful goal. Wonderful goal. 2-on-1 with the one and only Leon Dry. Like it could not happen any better way, Gager.
No, man. It was there's what's that line in Moneyball? How can you not be romantic about hockey? You know? Something happened to me last night, Hernan. That was pretty cool.
Okay, tell me.
Well, I was at the game, as you know. And I was I went to go see Struddy and see how he was doing. And I was hanging out with my buddy Hernan Salas from GS Construction. Sponsors of the Two Guys and a Goalie show, and talking with him. And who comes down the hallway there, right by the Sportsnet table, is Mr. McDavid.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. So of course I see him. Right, I see him come down because he's got. I think he was with Connor's agent. I'm not sure who that guy was, but he was going to go on with Gene after before the third there.
Okay.
And so I'm standing there. And we kind of make eye contact, right? From a distance. We're like 2 meters apart. And he comes over to me and says, "Hey, how you doing?" And he shook my hand. Like, he obviously has seen me on the broadcast, right? Like, I didn't know. I've never met the guy before. I go, "Hey, how you doing?" I was kind of shocked that he came over and said hi to me. So, and then I think he had to go to the bathroom, actually. But then he came back. And so... this is obviously after the goal, and I go, "Hey, Mr. McDavid, Joaquin." He goes, "Yeah, nice to meet you." And I say, "Hey, did you get worried at all last game that you wouldn't be here for the 1,000th point because it looked like he might get it?" He goes, "No," and really super nice guy, and he says that basically for verbatim what Connor. I'm just glad that it's kind of over and you can move on from here, but you could tell like. He was probably like you see the pride in a father, like he was so happy, right? And so we're talking, and I say, and he mimicked exactly what Leon said after the game too. I go, and I just said, wow, like to have Darnell and Leon assist on that goal. How great is that? And the first things he said to me was. It's great. I just wish there could have been a third assist and Nuge could have gotten involved.
Yeah.
That's what he said. And I was taken aback. So, and then, I was wearing the McLaren shirt.
Nice.
So then he goes, "Oh, F1 fan?" And I go, "Oh yeah, I'm big.
all in.
I'm all in with F1." He goes, "Yeah, me too." And then we started talking F1 for the next like 2-3 minutes. And then, that was it. So, Mr. McDavid, really cool guy, and an F1 fan. I love the guy. Love the family.
That's awesome. That like you met someone that like he was in the stands, so probably everybody was like because they kept like Connor's dad.
Yeah,
you saw him, right?
Yeah.
Especially in this city, obviously. But he was just sitting in the stands.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, I think it was with his agent.
Yeah, I think that's his agent there.
And it was just great. Zach, do we have McDavid's goal? Yeah. We'll play it. Highlights, lowlights, we'll do whenever, but like I just want to show it. That's the highlight. I mean, Gager, we'll break down the game. There's some poor plays by the Oilers, but overall, like I thought the Oilers played well for most of that game. Nashville's really bad.
Dude, I was talking to Reed and I was with Turan last night, and we were both like, what? I actually asked what number Stamkos is because I couldn't find him.
MIA, man.
I couldn't find him at all. And then I purposely was looking for him, and he won a draw, and I was like, okay, there he is. But then he was Kaiser Sose. Poof, he was gone. and then I thought, well, where's Marchessault? The only time I noticed Marchessault was when Roman Josi almost killed him, right? And that was it as well. And he was in the box once. Like, this team is completely disjointed. So where I went with that right away was Jeff Skinner with the Oilers.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, these are really, really good players. Like Marchessault was a beast in the playoffs. Like this is a Conn Smythe Trophy winner. Stamkos, like just an unbelievable, but it's so hard to fit into somewhere new and find where you are within that organization. So for all the people that are all over Jeff Skinner right now, wondering what's going on with this player, there's something there. And I don't know if it's going to take 1 month or 2 months, or as long as it happens by the time game 83 rolls around, but you have to give this some time for him to realize what it's going to take for him to be successful, because you look on the other side of the coin with that Nashville team, and I mean, if you hadn't seen a Nashville Predators game all year and just looked at their lineup and didn't know anything, and you were obviously knowledgeable about hockey, there was no way that you would look at their record now and say that was real if you haven't watched any of the season so far. So I'm just saying, let's I think you need to give Jeff Skinner a little bit more time, because when you look at that team, the same thing is happening with players that they've really counted on to put them over the top.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. And, Barry Trotz said, he goes, I got to see what kind of team I have. And I think he's going to give it 2 more weeks. And then he's going to...
it's just 2 weeks. Okay, yeah. We have 2 weeks for Jeff Skinner, I guess.
No, but Skinner's a little bit different because the team's playing better.
Well,
and he's looked good at points in this season.
And he comes from a place where I think he was counted on to be one of the
exactly.
leaders offensively. And now he's... role player's not the best thing to describe his role. I think supplementary player is the best way to describe him.
Yeah.
I don't know, I'd love to be in Jeff Jackson's brain of why he made those moves, and I think because of the fact game 6 and 7, Connor and Leon didn't have a point, right? And they needed that extra spark from a skilled offensive player. And that's where you thought, okay, if we have Skinner, maybe he can carry the load for a couple games.
I'm going to ask you questions later on about Podkolzin and Nuge. Just want to get your feedback. And Jeff Skinner, because he's a polarizing player because he's here to score.
Yeah.
And he doesn't do much after that. He doesn't. No. That's just Jeff Skinner's game. It's interesting that he has a no movement clause, so he's not going anywhere. Unless
everyone has a no movement clause.
Unless he agrees to it.
My wife gave me a no movement clause.
Let's watch the greatness here. There's no audio, of course, but let's watch the greatness. And a heads-up play by Darnell Nurse as well here. But it's just wonderful to watch. It's just an epic moment last night. Here it is. Darnell, head up. Simple pass to Mr. Leon Draisaitl. You knew Leon wasn't shooting this 1,000%.
I mean, it was the poetry of it all. And, I mean, everyone's probably been on social media and saw the still shots of how, the deep lunge that Connor does to take that shot, and just
there's Dad's
just going nuts. This is great. Good dude. He's one of my best friends now, I guess. But it the slow build of the goal itself, right? Like Leon, it's a 2-on-1, and Leon slows it down. I love the fact I was talking to some of the Oilers management, and they actually had to ask the league if it was okay
Yeah.
to because they would have been fined or something. I would have said, screw it.
Just
this is
do it.
ridiculous.
And hockey players know what this means. They know kind of the code. Like, I'm sure Nashville was completely fine with it. And it was quick, Gager.
It should have lasted way longer. Like if watching it and where I was, like if they would have they could have stopped the game and the fans would have kept going, but they dropped the puck.
Yeah.
I was actually, I mean, a lot of times I'm mad at refs, but I thought it would be a good opportunity for who's the one ref that's kind of has a big personality, I don't know who it is, but just to back off for a sec before you drop the puck, and give it one more, 10, 15 seconds. I think that could have been a cool moment, but look,
It's great to see.
it was a very unique moment in that building last night that happened. The looking at the score sheet, the moment afterwards where they're all kind of hugging and Leon's talking and Darnell's in there, the maturity of these guys afterwards, recognizing that situation, it was nice, man. You hear about when guys retire and stuff, and I can see all those guys in their Adirondack chairs one day on the lakes of Muskoka, probably having $8,000 bottles of wine, talking about the time Connor scored that 1,000th point and all being together. It's pretty cool, man.
It was a beautiful night, wonderful night, and it was great to see Connor emotional, seeing how happy Draisaitl and Nurse were for their buddy. So great to see. But we got to get to a quick break here as Nick Anderson, fresh off winning the Most Outstanding Rookie Award in the CFL last night, joins us here. It's going to be a great conversation. Very happy for Nick. I can't wait to hear what he has to say as he's down in Vancouver right now. That's all coming up here on EST Afternoons. Of course, hit us up on the Nasty Chat or 780-218-9999. Watch us on the YouTube channel. Give us a thumbs up. We're close to 30 already. Let's get to 100 on this Friday. And also, if you'd like to listen to us, EdmontonSportsTalk.com, the iHeart Radio app, or the TuneIn Radio app. We're back with Nick Anderson from the Edmonton Elks here on EST Afternoons. Joaquin Gage, Hernan Salas. But up next, it's Zachticum with a sports update.
The NHL has 5 games on tap, including the Predators battling the Flames, the Capitals with puck drop against the Avalanche, as Colorado has Valtteri Nichushkin making his season debut. After that, it's the Hockey Club taking on the Golden Knights, with Vegas re-signing Brayden McNabb to a 3-year extension worth a total of around $11 million. And Matt Zuccarello hits the injury reserve and will miss 3 to 4 weeks for the Minnesota Wild. Zuccarello suffered the injury after being hit in the midsection early in the first period last night and requires surgery. Out east, it's the Oilers back in action tomorrow against the Maple Leafs, with Tom Gazzola on location from Boston Pizza Westgate for the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show at 4 o'clock right here on EST. And in the ring, it all goes down tonight with Iron Mike Tyson stepping in the ring with Jake Paul. And tomorrow from MSG, John Jones and Stipe Miocic duke it out for the UFC heavyweight belt. After a quick timeout, CFL's most outstanding rookie of the year, Nick Anderson, joins EST Afternoons. I'm Zachary Kubusch for your sports update.
Ready for an unforgettable sports experience? It's the EST Flyaway to LA. Presented by the 780. Listen daily for the EST Flyaway keyword. Once you hear it, text us at 780-218-9999 for your chance to qualify to fly to LA. Round trip flights for 2, hotel and car rentals, all to go see Edmonton face off against either LA or Anaheim. Plus, experience the brand new Intuit Dome as the Clippers tip off against the Warriors, and top it all off with the Rams kicking off against the Cardinals at SoFi Stadium. This is more than just a trip. This is the ultimate sports experience. The EST Flyaway to LA, presented by the 780 and Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports. Since 1952, William Huff has been the heartbeat of Edmonton's advertising world. From humble beginnings to a citywide powerhouse, we've been the go-to for signage from print to design and installation. Partnering with Edmonton's top sports franchises and major events, we've helped shape the city's global reputation. Our secret? Unmatched customer service, decades of experience, and a passion for excellence we call the William Huff Advantage. Visit us online at williamhuff.com.
You want the heavy hitters on your team, both on and off the ice. If you've been injured in a car accident, call the heavy hitters of injury law. James H. Brown and Associates, Alberta Injury Lawyers. With over 200 years of combined injury law experience, their precedent-setting lawyers are ready to help. Locally owned and proud Edmonton Oilers fans, James H. Brown and Associates wants to support you with their unrivaled experience, unrivaled results, and unrivaled commitment. When accidents happen, head to jameshbrown.com.
I just wanna be like somebody else, shed my skin and escape from my former self. I just wanna tell somebody how it felt.
125. Welcome back to EST Afternoons. Hernan Salas, Joaquin Gage, Zachticum. I almost forgot my name there. We're live from the William Huff studio. It's been a long week. It's only been a 4-day work week, too. Wes McCauley is the ref.
Wes McCauley.
Big shout out to who sent that in. Dwight K. Schrute. Thank you for that. We'll get to your text and nasty messages here shortly. But first, Nick Anderson, Edmonton Elks linebacker, rookie linebacker, friend of the show. He won the MOR last night in the CFL, Most Outstanding Rookie. He's going to join us here shortly, but here is a quick video. Well, it's not quick, but the best parts of his acceptance speech. Here it is. Nick Anderson taking home the Most Outstanding Rookie award last night.
One of my teammates told me before tonight that I should prepare a speech, and I stubbornly said I was going to go off the dome. I kind of regret that now. Man, I'm truly blessed, man. I'm truly blessed. Those that know my story, those that know what I've been through, those that have been with me every part of the way, those that are just now coming into my life and know that I'm very dedicated to what I do each and every day. What I do on a daily basis comes down to the pillar of three things that are very important to me. First being God, second being family, and third being football. That first pillar, you can clap. That first pillar is the reason why I'm standing up here today. Is the reason why a premature baby that was only 2 pounds, 7 ounces, could have an outstanding season in the CFL, weighing 240 pounds, standing at 5'11" on a good day. Second is family. In the stands, I have my rock, my heartbeat, my reason why, my mother, Emery Anderson. Let's please clap it up for her. My mom was a young mother. She had me when she was 17, 18 years old, but took on that position and didn't bat an eye. Through ups and downs, she's always had my back, always supported me, and always kept me motivated into being the man that I am today. I would like to thank the training staff, the medical staff, the equipment staff, everybody upstairs, everybody that cleans the locker rooms, make sure the field is great, everybody in the entire Edmonton Elks organization for making my job easier each and every day. I also would like to give a shout out to the amazing fans of Edmonton. Prior to me coming to Edmonton this year, the team had its ups as well as its downs. But playing on that field each and every day, each and every game day, you couldn't tell because of the pride of that city, the pride of those fans, and the proudness of the culture that we have in Edmonton. Last but certainly not least, I would like to thank the Canadian Football League for giving me an opportunity to come up here and showcase my talents. Being a kid from Mississippi, you aren't really educated on the CFL and its greats, its legends, the Rouge, the Waggle. The receivers gave a hoopla, but y'all gave me a lot of trouble this year trying to defend that. But it had its adjustments, but I just want to thank the opportunity to come up here and better my game in this phenomenal league.
That was Nick Anderson, parts of his acceptance speech. It was just awesome. I got emotional. I know Nick. It was great to see. He's just got to stay.
This is that's. I'm too emotional now. I need a break.
Break. As we now bring in Edmonton Elks linebacker, rookie of the year in the CFL, friend of the show, Nick. You're on with Hernan and Joaquin. How you doing down there in Vancouver?
Man, I'm doing well, man. Vancouver is a beautiful city. I'm glad to be out here, and I'm thankful you guys having me in.
Ooh, Nick, we're going to need to fix your phone line there. It's a little, it's really muffled, eh?
Hold on, just a second.
Yeah. So Nick Anderson led the league in tackles, played alongside Niles Morgan. And there's a part in his acceptance speech where he says, he goes, my first 4 games were rough. Here we go. Nick, how you doing?
I'm sorry. Can you guys hear me better now?
Oh, that's way better, Nick. How you doing fresh off winning rookie? How you doing the day after taking home the Rookie of the Year award?
Man, I'm doing amazing, man. I'm blessed. I'm thankful. I'm grateful. I'm just so appreciative for everybody that played a role in everything, and to go through everything last night and see the amazing venue that the CFL had in store, and to really just see the behind the scenes of everything and be amongst the stars. It was a blessing, man. It was really a dream come true. I had to pinch myself a couple of times when I woke up to see if it was real.
Nick, you said in your acceptance speech that you thought you should prepare something. Yeah, you didn't prepare that? That was off the dome. Because well done, my friend. That was a great acceptance speech.
Thank you so much. It's crazy because everybody that I've been talking to, even the fans that I've seen around today, they remember me because of the speech. Not even winning Rookie of the Year. But, yeah, it's a true blessing. People still don't believe. I've been asked a lot of questions today. Okay, like, you can tell us the truth. Did you have a speech in your jacket pocket? I'm like, no, I just went up there and just expressed my feelings. So everything was genuine last night.
It's always best when it comes from the heart. We'll get to some parts of your speech, Nick, but I call you Slick Nick. I remember on the road you always had the best fit after the games, and you kind of always sat up in the front of the bus, so I'd see your fit, so I call you Slick Nick. Slick Nick, the outfit yesterday was on point, my man. What were you wearing there? You were probably the sharpest dude in there.
Man, I went with an all-black velvet tux. I really got to give the credit to my mom, and then we have a little fashion crew that were able to put my suit together. I'm really thankful for those guys. But, yeah, my mom and her crew, that's who put it together. And, I mean, she really stole the show. She made me look like, so to just have her on my arm, man, it meant a lot. But, yeah, the fish were amazing last night.
Nick, as an athlete, you probably don't go into especially coming into the CFL. You had that great learning about the CFL, the Rouge, and learning about that, the Waggle. You really don't go into a season thinking you're going to win a rookie of most outstanding rookie. What does that do for you? And I know that there's probably you brought a lot more eyes onto your game this year. What's the next step for Nick Anderson?
I'm just getting better, man. Just really approaching the off season, trying to get better, because no matter what, I intend to continue playing this game. I intend to continue to further my craft. And so that's really just what's been the further point in my mind, just how can I get better in the off season? Like, like they say, getting faster, stronger, bigger, and growing my intellectual side, because I feel like that's one of the best things in my game, being just an instinctual player. And that's really what I'm focused on, man, just becoming a better football player.
Nick Anderson, Edmonton Oilers linebacker and Rookie of the Year in the CFL, as it was announced yesterday at the award show in Vancouver ahead of the Grey Cup. Nick, you talked about your wonderful mother, how she's your rock. You also mentioned your grandparents. Can you just tell me how the family is doing and what they've meant for you during your football journey?
Man, they've meant so much to me, from my mom and her motivating me each and every day, her praying with me and keeping my spirits uplifted. To my grandmother, man, I'm really truly a grandmother's baby, man. I call my grandmother for anything. I talk to my grandmother about everything from finances to trying to find a wife to everything. That's really one of my best friends, man. And then my grandfather, he's just being a successful man himself and a man that has so much wisdom. Just lean on him for that guidance of becoming a better man. And then my siblings, man. I do everything for my siblings and my family. Man, I love them all, and they definitely played a role in motivating me to go out there each and every week because I know that they're counting on me.
Nick, you've probably known that there's been some changes with the structure of the Edmonton Elks so far going into next year. I'm sure you've brought a few more eyes from down south on you that you might have a little bit of a lure. I'm assuming, but what was? How do you feel about the direction of the Edmonton Elks right now? Because really, I don't want to. I'll pump your tires a little bit more. I believe you could be a real, true cornerstone of this Elks franchise moving forward.
Most definitely, man. I have love for the city of Edmonton. I have love for the organization, for the Edmonton Elks, simply because they gave me an opportunity. A lot of people looked at me coming out of university and it was like, okay, he's too small. He can't do this. He can't do that. They never really looked at what I could do or what I've done. But Edmonton Elks, and specifically Chris Jones, I got to give a lot of credit to Coach Jones. Coming down to Mississippi and sitting with me last November and telling me, like, you can really be great in this league, and really just seeing my potential and then giving me the opportunity to do what I've done. That's where my love has come from, and that's what I just want going forward. I want to be somewhere where they genuinely appreciate me, and I know I had that in Edmonton. So despite what I may receive from the NFL, if it can't top what I'm already having in Edmonton, I'm coming back to Edmonton and focus on winning the Grey Cup, because I'm a loyal person, and I really believe in sticking to who really believes in you and who has your best interests at heart. Now, that's what I'm looking forward to, and to see that the organization is getting some stability upstairs, it's going to have a trickle-down effect. I mean, look at how well we were able to finish the season once we got, everything stable and everything started moving in the right direction. And so, I just trust the guys upstairs that they're going to do what they have to do to keep everything moving forward. But if I'm blessed to be in Edmonton next year, I'm ready to give them all.
Well, I think I speak on behalf of Joaquin and myself and all F fans here in Edmonton, Nick. We better see you in green and gold next year, man. That's all I'm saying. Hey, listen, I've noticed a lot on the X machine. You get a lot of love from Tulane, the Green Wave. What does that university? You played your college football there. What has it meant to you? Because they're all in on you. Like, every time you post something and all your accolades here in the CFL, they're all over it. But can you just talk about your relationship with your university school, the Green Wave?
Man, everybody know me as the One Wave guy. I bleed green all of you, man. And that just goes back to what I said. I've always been loyal to the people that have been loyal to me. And to know that Tulane is one of those schools that said, you know what, despite everything that everybody else is trying to put against you, we look and we see a great football player. We look and see a great talent. We want to give you an opportunity. I've been loyal to them, and they've been loyal to me, man. And so the true testament of them continuing to support me just shows the culture that they have in this city, they have in that program, and I'm just proud to be on loan.
It was brought to my attention. You guys had a big game. You won the AAC championship and beat Heisman Trophy winner, first overall pick, Caleb Williams, in the Cotton Bowl. What was that like, Nick?
It was amazing. But like I said, the year before we went 2-10, And then after going 2-10, I had a pretty successful season despite being hurt and missing 4 games. So I had a lot of opportunities to go other places. But like I said, man, I'm a man built on respect, loyalty, being on the man of your word. I was a captain, man, and I had to finish what I started. And so I really just took the reins of really being a leader, really holding everybody accountable, holding myself accountable, and setting the standard that we're going to go out here, we're going to win a championship. That year, it wasn't a fluke. We really set the standard of winning the championship, and that we didn't settle for anything less. The goal wasn't to go to a bowl game. The goal wasn't to, just get almost there. No, the goal is to accomplish championships, and we're not settling for anything less. And so to go out there and really achieve what we really set out to do, and really having that mindset that this is what we're going to do, and there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And then also to play the Heisman Trophy winner was really just a plus. And then just finishing that game and also winning that game, it's just a storybook ending, man. But it really just shows that when you really have your mindset out to do something and you don't take anything less, then it's just amazing what you can accomplish.
Nick, one last one for you. You're in Vancouver. Are you going to be there up until the Grey Cup? Are you there for the game?
Yes, I will. Unfortunately, I'm going to be a little salty on Sunday, watching the other teams play. But, yeah, I'll be at the Grey Cup on Sunday.
Nick, and make sure, because I don't want to toot our own horn here, but I think if you're looking for a little boost and you're back in an Elks uniform but next season, you got to realize that after you came on our show, I think you finished with like 7 tackles the next game. So if you're looking for a little help, we're here for you, buddy.
Nick,
man, appreciate it.
Yeah, Nick, congratulations once again. Enjoy Vancouver. Enjoy the Grey Cup. Enjoy your time with your family down there. And we really, really hope to see you next year at training camp, my man.
Most definitely. Appreciate you all.
All right, that's Nick Anderson, Edmonton Elks linebacker, Rookie of the Year in the CFL. Just an overall great guy, man.
Awesome, man.
Yeah.
What a speech. If you haven't heard the speech and you missed the first part, go back and watch it. It's something else.
Yeah. Just check it out. The full speech is on CFL.ca. He went about 8 minutes. Awesome. It was great. Yeah, awesome. I just cut out the really emotional and nice parts and some funny there too, where he said, "Man, I should have planned something," but that's tough to do, man. In a room of your peers and a lot of strangers and.
Yeah, no, I'm at an age where I'll cry at a 2-minute, if America's Got Talents on, I'll start bawling. So
I'm the same way, man. I almost started crying yesterday. Connor McDavid and then Nick Anderson, and I was watching
so
it.
Emotional around here.
I was watching it in there with Reed. I couldn't cry in front of Reed, right? So.
Oh, you can cry in front of Reed. He'll hug you.
Yeah. Reed's the best. Portions of this hour brought to you by the Canadian Brew House. UFC lives at the Canadian Brew House with the most TVs and big screens, great food and drinks, the perfect party atmosphere. There's no better way to experience UFC 309 on November 16th. See you at the Brew. Coming up next, Gage's boss, an overall good guy, comedian. We'll get his thoughts on Connor McDavid, Tyson and Paul, and some financial advice for all of you. If you have any questions, let us know in the Nasty Chat or text us at 780-218-9999. In hour 2, Jason Strudwick will join us at 2:20. And, of course, we got the EST Flyaway coming up as well, proudly presented by the 780. We're back after the break. Joaquin Gage, Hernan Salas, EST Afternoons. But first up, here is Zachticum with a sports update.
After a 6-month suspension, Valtteri Nichushkin will make his return to the Avalanche lineup when they take on the Washington Capitals. And after that, it's the Predators battling the Flames and the Red Wings meeting the Ducks for 5 games around the NHL. Tomorrow, it's the Oilers and the Maple Leafs dropping the puck with Tom Gazzola live from Boston Pizza Westgate for the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show at 4 o'clock, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. And the Minnesota Wild will be without Matt Zuccarello for 3 to 4 weeks as he requires surgery to repair a lower body injury. And he sustained the injury after getting hit in the midsection early in yesterday's 3-0 win over the Montreal Canadiens. In boxing, 58-year-old Mike Tyson goes toe-to-toe with 27-year-old Jake Paul from Arlington, Texas. And tomorrow at MSG, it's Johnny Bones Jones stepping in the octagon with the greatest UFC heavyweight of all time, Stipe Miocic, for heavyweight gold. After the break, Kent Tilley joins EST Afternoons. I'm Zachary Kubusch for your sports update.
Wake up with the Nielsen Show with Dustin Nielsen and Lieutenant Eric. Weekday mornings 6 to 9 on EdmontonSportsTalk.com.
Book your holiday party at the CBH today. The Canadian Brewhouse is your ultimate destination for events, parties, fundraisers, and more. 'Tis the season to celebrate. Visit and book now in-store or at the Canadian...
Your brand deserves more than just a whisper, it deserves a buzz. At the Hive Product Marketing, they specialize in promotional products that bring the buzz. From eye-catching giveaways to unforgettable keepsakes, they got the perfect products to make your brand stand out and get noticed. Visit the Hive Product Marketing and let them create the buzz your business deserves. The Hive Product Marketing, the official merch partner of Edmonton Sports Talk. Visit them online at thehiveproductmarketing.com.
Hi there. If you're like me, you like to picture yourself in luxury, even though there's absolutely no way you could afford it. And if you can, well, even better. Thankfully, I picture myself in something that is luxury, but still absolutely affordable, like the all-new Mazda CX-90 from Park Mazda. With the new luxury features like facial recognition settings and quilted detail Napa leather seating, I can pretend to be comfortable with all of my proper settings activated without even touching the button, thanks to Mitch Lewicki and the great staff at Park Mazda. I like to picture Mitch Lewicki with like a giant eagle's wings and singing lead vocals for Leonard Skinner with like an angel band. And I'm in the crowd hammered drunk.
Park Mazda, your dealer for life insurance.
.145 Friday afternoon. The snow has stopped. That's a good thing. EST Afternoons. Joaquin Gage, Hernan Salas, Zachticum here. Text us 780-218-9999 or hit us up on the Nasty Chat. Joel on the Nasty Chat says, Gage or bromance with Connor's dad?
Oh, with, Brian.
Brian.
Yeah.
Well, your pal.
Yeah, I might have a new client, Connor McDavid's dad. Yeah.
You do?
Do you just call him B now? What up, B?
Yeah.
What up, B? And then,
yeah, I talked to him last night. Yeah. Cool guy.
How's that? He must have been in a good mood.
Very good mood. Yeah. Very, very good. He was, it was nice. Like I said before, it was nice to see the pride in the father for his son. You know, it was pretty cool.
Must be cool to have a son that's just so great.
Yeah.
It's like my parents look at me.
Really?
Did you hear that giggle? Well, I should introduce our guest. Kent Tilley joins us, of course, from K4 Financial, Gager's boss, and comedian. How you doing, man?
I'm okay.
Yeah.
Oh, whoa.
Energy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was, we got some feedback through the headphones there.
Sorry.
You're just a powerful man, Kent. That's all.
Oh, yeah, I know, right?
So you're a big Oiler guy. Did you get emotional as Gager and I when Connor scored his 1,000th point? I'm selling him short by 900 there, but
I didn't cry, but I was happy. You know, it was good to see. You know, that they were fighting for it. Like, he got so many chances, and everybody's trying to pass him the puck, and they're losing the game. And you know, I heard Struds during the intermission, like, maybe just play.
Yeah.
But even when Draisaitl's coming down, and you're like, he has a better shot, but you know he's going to pass it anyway. But that overtime goal was unreal, too. So, you know, I can't believe Nurse buried two. I mean, there'll be another 3 months until he gets another one. So, just kidding, Nurse. That was a good game.
Let's give him some love. You know what's funny, though, Kent and Gager, is that I even if there's three guys on McDavid, Draisaitl wasn't shooting.
Right. No.
Yeah.
No. No one was. Like, that was the funniest part. Is I almost expected if anyone did, like, I thought it was more important to get like the second assist or whatever. And if you fell out of favor, like a puck moved, I was expecting someone to go like steal the puck from their own player so they would give it back to Connor so they could get in on that. But talking to Mr. McDavid, it was funny because I said it before. He actually said the same thing. Where it's cool to have Darnell Nurse and Leon Draisaitl assist on that goal,
right.
And the first thing he said was, it would have been great if Nuge could have got in with that too on a third assist or something like that. But
yeah, I mean, if you got to pick, I mean, right? It was close, right?
It was really close.
Yeah.
But like you go into if you go into like an NHL guy's kind of trophy room, there's milestones set in pictures and things, and I'm sure one day they'll have the scorecard, with the picture of those three in an embrace with the 1,000th point. Or the Oilers have already put all those together and they're for sale at the store. So.
Oh, already! I already bought one. I saw him put the stick back. Actually, he probably would have done it during the intermission or something, like left the stick. But yeah, I've already put an order on it.
Kent,
Can't afford it.
Are you as excited as the three of us for this ridiculous spectacle that we're going to see tonight on Netflix? Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul.
It's like one of those things that makes me nervous, I loved Tyson when I was a kid, like when he was just like blowing guys up all the time and then sort of sad coming to the end, biting people's ears off or whatever. And then he kind of turned his life around after the hangover, and you start to sort of cheer for him again. And I just sure as hell hope he doesn't get embarrassed.
Yeah.
I mean, he's 60 years old, right? Like, we're 58. I called Gage yesterday. I was like, I can't move my back. He's like, dude, these stretches. And all I did was sleep wrong a month ago, and I can barely walk anymore. So I'm just like, what? So I imagine Tyson gets sore, right, and runs out of gas and whatever. And so, and I mean, Jake Paul or whichever Paul brother this is, I think it's Jake, right?
Yeah.
I mean, very smart.
Yes.
In the way he goes about running his business. Like, I'm going to be like drawing these huge boxing crowds and fighting like, I'll go fight. I would have fought Muhammad Ali at the end of his life.
And it would have been close.
I mean, I probably still would have got my ass kicked, but I wouldn't have died. Right? I don't think I would have died in the ring, right?
There's a good chance that all the young guys around here think that Jake Paul is going to knock him out. And I, like you said, I worry about it. I worry that he gets embarrassed, but I don't know. I can't believe that this is the most talked about sporting event of the weekend. This is crazy.
What about the Winnipeg Blue Bombers or whatever? Aren't they?
They're in the Grey Cup against the Toronto Argonauts.
Oh, Toronto made it in.
Maybe just for today.
Who's your pick, Kent?
For
the Grey Cup.
I won't even acknowledge it exists.
Oh boy!
Winnipeg, I guess.
That's a good.
But I sure as hell hope they don't get the first Canadian Cup in a long time because they're looking damn good this year.
Oh, the Jets
and deep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no.
And so
I called it already, Kent. I called it last week. They won't make it out of the second round. They're peaking way too early.
Yeah, peaking early is dangerous. But.
The issue is they're playing at such a high level, and there's a certain plateau that you get to. I do believe, and it just takes other teams to get to that level, right? And so games are obviously going to get a little bit harder for them. But man, I don't know. They made the Rangers look pretty stupid the other night when I watched that game. So a double championship team in Canada. When's the last time that did happen?
Probably the Eskimos.
Yeah, it had to have been, right?
Alouettes.
Jay,
somebody would know this.
Did the Eskimos win the Grey Cup in '87? Yes. Okay, and the Oilers won in '87.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's when we were the city of champions. That was sort of when it was coming through, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a while.
And then they took it off. Like, you don't win here anymore. Guys haven't made the playoffs in 30 years, so changing the name. What?
I mean, I was going to ask you how much money do we put on the Jake Paul and Tyson fight? I mean, if with sound financial advice, I don't know if we should, but well, let's just say this: You know how people sometimes with their investments, what percentage of their overall wealth should they look to maybe experiment in certain blue stock opportunities, or whether they're taking a chance on things like Dogecoin?
Well, yeah, my number has always been 10%.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to fail if you go that high, right? You know?
Yeah.
And if you win, great, right? I want you to win. Everybody should. But I mean, that was a thing last night. So you asked about gambling, and then I watched the commercials after. It's like the only time you watch commercials, but they're very interesting. And there's this one about sort of the progression of gambling, and then being like, it's this, and then it's like brought to you by, you know, this whatever, this committee, but then underneath it's like also proudly, you know, or we thank us as the broadcasters in Canada for like also putting some money into this thing. And you're like, you guys only played gambling commercials for 3 straight years. And there's obviously a significant problem. And so it scares me, right?
Yeah.
That's the thing. So I don't really like talking about sports gambling at all, because I think there's a lot of people in trouble that you don't know about.
Right. So, yeah, I mean, I always thought 10%, that's what kind of if you're going to use some of that towards something other than your normal allocated portfolio, balanced according to your risk tolerance and investment time horizon. But yeah, I would say I'd have to agree with you, Kent. Not only because you're my boss, but that's kind of what I've researched
I mean,
too.
but then on the other side, I mean, then you've seen people get lucky. Chad the other day was telling me about a client came in and his TFSA was worth $670,000 or something like that, because all he bought was Apple and kept it.
Yeah.
And I saw a guy that bought a little bit of Apple in '93 and hadn't touched it. And now it was worth $3.5 million, which was obviously way more than 10% of his portfolio. But now that conversation's a little bit different. I would peel it off, right? Like I personally would start peeling off when people were getting up huge in crypto. When you'd hear the stories, I'd be like, peel some of the wins off. Like that's what you're supposed.
Yeah.
That's what you should do at the casino too. Is like, at least walk away with what you put in, or take double your money. You still have that other stuff on the table, right? Because the volatility, people don't do well with the decision making.
Yeah.
Right? That's the big thing, is you need to go in with a plan. Like, what am I going to call a loss and what am I going to call a win? And then reevaluate when either of those things happen.
How do you think people should allocate their tax-free savings account, though? So do you think it should be only used for future planning, like retirement planning, or should you most likely use buckets where maybe there's a short-term one for maybe
I don't like it for anything except for long-term, because of how powerful it can be.
Yeah.
Right? Like, so somebody my age could essentially just max out their TFSA and pretty much retire.
Yeah.
With paying almost no tax in retirement. It can be used, obviously, as like a tool to top up your RSP later, or if it's an effective emergency fund as like a secondary, or some other investment comes up or whatever. Yeah, but I mean, I would invest it for the long term all the time. I would never use it for savings. It was invested. It was named improperly. It should have been called a tax-free investment account.
Yeah.
When I first made my first TFSA video, it was like about all the wrong names, and then I found like the stupidest names products. Like, and then I would like, it's even dumber than this, and it was like semen dip was one of the but it wasn't spelled the same. And I was like, somebody made this product. Okay, maybe that was named worse than the TFSA, but
Oh, that's great. So where are you watching the fights tonight?
Well, Leo has hockey practice at 7:45, so that kind of cuts right.
I think they're not going to start the ring walks. I'm thinking 9 o'clock.
Is when they start coming out.
I think because
there'll be like
there's
James,
5 fights.
James Brown will get up.
Oh yeah. Just
the walk-ins alone will take 30 minutes.
Oh gosh,
just my Rocky IV reference.
I do have a question from Bronco Nick. He says, is there an ROI percentage that you guys have as a baseline for larger portfolios, say 1.5 mil?
No, I don't. Like I hate that we're not investment managers.
Okay.
At all. So the companies we work with, will have their baselines that they're like trying to get to. And when we do plans, I always go under what the expectation is because I'm trying to make sure that under any circumstances, if you come back, we're still fine.
Okay.
So hopefully you do great. And I mean, the thing is like we're not selling investments. So if you have a good investment portfolio that doesn't cost you a lot, I'm going to tell you to keep it. We're being paid to give advice on, tax savings, stuff like that, not investments. The only time I really get bothered is somebody's paying way too much to an advisor and not getting any advice. So that's the thing is, I don't really look deep, and people ask me questions about specific ETFs or whatever, and I'm like, I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, we were going to talk about segregated funds, but we have 110 watching, and that would have dropped about 40. So I thought this was a little better.
So no, sorry, we don't because it's just like I don't know what your risk tolerance is. I don't know what's going on in there, and we kind of use the financial planning guidelines of what to show as our projected rates of return, and then let the investment managers deal with that, and hopefully they get it right.
It's almost like a little bit of a stress test on it because anyone that tells you they're going to get 6.5% for the next 15 years consistently, they don't know. No one knows what the markets are going to do. We just make sure if there is massive fluctuations in the market that we're still going to be fine.
Perfect. Kent Tilley from K4 Financial joining us here on EST Afternoons as he does every other Friday or so. Kent, enjoy the game tomorrow against the Leafs, 5 o'clock start, and hopefully you can watch the fight tonight. It should start about 8 or 9, I'm guessing. So. Don't hold me to that, but thank you for your time. Like always, coming up in hour 2, we'll have the EST Flyaway to LA, and Jason Strudwick, former NHLer and host on the Got Your Back podcast, is coming up in hour 2. Big thanks to Nick Anderson and Kent Tilley for joining us in hour 1. We'll be back here on EST Afternoons on Edmonton Sports Talk after the break.
It's hot.
It's hot in here.
William Huff Advertising is the most recognized name in the game. An in-house, one-stop shop for all of your design, print, and installation needs. William Huff provides quality graphic solutions for everyone. Here in our City of Champions and throughout the nation, they're the preferred signage partner entrusted by many of the biggest corporations, pro sports teams, and organizations to bring their identity to life. Recognize the name, get in the game. WilliamHuff.com.
Looking for a winning strategy for your retirement? Contact me, Joaquin Gage at K4 Financial, where expertise meets dedication. I will always look for a careful approach to your retirement, ensuring your financial future is secure. From tailored strategies to clear, actionable advice, I'm here to guide you every step of the way. Don't leave your future to chance. Get in touch with me, Joaquin Gage, today at k4financial.ca or email joaquin.gage@k4financial.ca to start planning for a brighter future and a more secure retirement.
Edmonton Sports Talk delivers a mass audience of key influential customers to your business, all while you associate your company brand with the biggest names, the hottest sports news, and teams from every league around the globe. It's where fans go to get their sports fix and where our partners find the most loyal consumers. Contact us today and see how our team on Edmonton Sports Talk can score the biggest goals for your business. With various advertising options available, email business@edmontonsportstalk.com or head to our website, edmontonsportstalk.com.
There's 5 games in the NHL with Valtteri Nichushkin making his season debut for the Avalanche when they meet with the Capitals. And we also got the Penguins and Blue Jackets on the ice with the Hockey Club taking on the Golden Knights, with Vegas re-signing Brayden McNabb to a 3-year extension worth around $11 million total. And Hockey Night in Canada has Toronto hosting the Edmonton Oilers with Tom Gazzola and Hernan Salas live for the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show at 4 o'clock right here on EST. You can join Tom Gazzola as he will be live on location for the show from Boston Pizza Westgate. And Matt Zuccarello requires surgery after leaving last night's game with a lower body injury. Zuccarello is expected to make his return in 3 to 4 weeks for the Minnesota Wild. In boxing, Mike Tyson straps on the gloves to take on Jake Paul, while the UFC has John Jones defending his heavyweight belt when he goes to war with Stipe Miocic tomorrow in the Octagon. EST Afternoons with Hernan Salas and Joaquin Gage continues right now. I'm Zachary Kubusch, bringing you the latest.
Hour 2 on Friday afternoon. The snow has stopped. The Oilers are rolling. Connor McDavid is great. Nick Anderson is great. And we got a fight tonight. Iron Mike Tyson against the problem child.
The problem child.
That's his nickname, right?
I think so.
Just grab it, Zach. Don't worry about it.
I think so.
The problem child. So it's going to be fascinating. I'm like pumped, bro.
Are you?
Like, I don't know why I'm so excited.
Yeah, I don't know why you're excited either.
I haven't seen you this excited for a fight ever since we've been here, and there's been some crazy UFC fights,
but you said it's the fight of the decade. Maybe that's why I'm excited.
The most popular fight of the decade.
C-Run says they go to the bathroom together. How cute. Because we both came running in. I was just arguing with Maddie like I usually do.
Yeah, you were. It's heated around here. You can tell it's fight weekend.
It's fight.
I think part of it too is, well, there's the fight tonight, right?
Yeah.
There's the obviously Leafs Oilers.
Yeah.
That's a great Canadian battle where we're all kind of ready to go, and then you got the Grey Cup on Sunday. Where
what a weekend, man.
It's to hear. I've gotten, how many texts from buddies have you gotten? Discussing where's Dusty? How is he? Like actual concern of the big man.
Not a lot.
I'm getting tons, man.
No, because I'll be honest. I don't know how much of my friends listen because it's the same thing. Like, how do I listen to you? It's like,
really?
You know, so they haven't figured it out. I know a few do. My nephew was like, "Yo, is Dusty okay?" And then the girlfriend was like, "Is he okay? Like, it's been 3 weeks."
Yeah.
I said, "Yeah, I know, but."
Did you catch the start of the morning show today?
No.
It was the graphic. It was just the Lieutenant Eric show.
Oh.
That was good. So good.
We're coming to you live from the William Huff Studios. Since 1952, William Huff has provided industry-leading advertising solutions for thousands of valued clients. Their unparalleled customer service, combined with decades of industry expertise and a desire to make every job the very best it can be, is what they call the William Huff Advantage. Visit their website at williamhuff.com or give them a shout at 780-454-4536. I laughed at this one from Kelvin. Maddie is my financial guy now. You know why?
No.
His Instagram got hacked, and it's he's made a ton of money on crypto.
Over 100,000. Yeah, it was crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Holy
It
smokes.
was awesome. Yeah, I was about to DM him and be like, Maddie, you didn't tell me about this. Like, I
Hopefully
woke
I
up
get-
and saw that. It was, oh boy.
Hopefully I get some runoff from that. That'd be great.
Yeah, it's great. So we're at 52 thumbs up. Not bad for an hour. Let's get to 100. Let's do it for Connor McDavid. Let's do it for Gager's new buddy, Brian McDavid. Let's do it for Nick Anderson. And let's do it for Iron Mike. Because I don't think many people want Jake Paul to win, do they?
Except for the young guys here. They kind of...
Yeah, Trev.
That's different. We don't want him to win.
Oh,
We
okay.
think he's going to win. We're
Okay.
thinking with our brain, not our heart.
Above average on the Nasty Chat, who's Trev, says, YouTube Trev needs some lessons from this kid. What an update.
Yeah, you could always ask, Trev.
Well, Trev's too busy big timing people, right?
Probably, yeah. He's
Joaquin
he
first.
shuts it right down.
Then me yesterday. Who's next? Who's next on that list?
Let's look ahead to tomorrow. Early game.
Oh, I love 5 o'clock starts.
Is it 5 here?
Yeah.
All right.
The Leafs without Austin Matthews confirmed.
Without? Oh, it's confirmed. Okay.
Yeah, he won't play. They're taking it very. I think they're going to let him get 100% healthy. No rush.
So next year.
Sounds like Arvidsson should be back. Team flew. They're in Toronto
Yeah.
already. Listen, they haven't had a lot of success in Toronto.
No, aside from the one game where Connor broke Morgan Riley's ankles there. What a move.
That was
What a
beautiful.
great move. You know who's... have you watched a lot of the Toronto Maple Leafs? Or have
I
you-
watch him from time to time.
You know who's become a really good player?
Let me guess. Matthew Nice.
He has become.
Okay.
But the superstar on their team, I think he's emerging as the superstar.
Marner?
Nylander.
Oh, okay. Marner's been good too.
Marner's been good, but I don't know. Maybe it was the show. I've only watched one episode of the show, and it was all on the Leafs with Nylander mostly. But man, he's a really good player. He's really, really gifted offensively.
Solid hair too.
Solid hair, good mustache.
Yeah.
I'd say the mustache game on that team. I think Nylander's beats.
It's unreal.
Do they call him Big Poppy? Do they call Austin Matthews Big Poppy?
I think because his mom's Spanish.
Yeah.
So Poppy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the Oilers' last one in Toronto, Gager, on March 29th, 2021, when they beat the Maple Leafs in overtime 3-2.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I'm looking forward to this game. You know, it's
great.
Especially after just what happened with Connor getting to 1,000 points. I don't think you talk about the comparisons between him and Austin Matthews anymore. Obviously, Matthews is a great hockey player, but they're different. They're completely different.
There's no comparison.
Yeah, no.
One's generational. One's excellent, great player, but he's not generational. Let's be honest, please.
He could be. His ability to score goals, though, he knocks on the door of generation. I don't know where he eventually ends up on the whole scale of goal scoring, but this guy can. He puts the puck in the net. It's quite impressive what he can do with his. And you know what? I heard a little thing. I heard a former teammate of his talking, and he was just mentioning how much work that he puts in. And to see a guy with that type of skill, with that size, it's always impressive because he's a big man. The Leafs can get him. Would love to have him back. I'm sure for this game because it's having those two face off is a lot of. There'll be a ton of eyeballs on it anyways. But I like to see best on best match.
I just hope it's not like last year where the game was over in the first period. That was a rollout. And listen, Toronto is always up to play Connor McDavid. The crowd's going. There's not a lot of Oiler fans. Well, I shouldn't say that. It just doesn't like Toronto does a good job of kind of weeding them out in the arena. But it's always fun. It's hockey night in Canada. All eyes are going to be on that game.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm one of those guys where it's unfortunate Matthews is not playing because I'd like to see best on best.
I like look, we were decades ago now it is, but we were blessed when you'd see Sidney Crosby go up against Alexander Ovechkin, and there were sparks flew when those guys played.
Yes.
They would. in the playoffs, matching each other with dueling hat tricks at one point. So I think this is the next. These two are kind of the two big guys in the NHL, and it's unfortunate. But the Leafs second in the Atlantic right now. The Oilers finally got a little bit of a streak going, tied now for third with the Vancouver Canucks. This is a big swing for them, man. They want to come back, and I think the overall goal of this whole Eastern swing would be to at least be in one of those top 3 positions in the Pacific.
I said 1-1-1. I think they lose Saturday. I think they beat Montreal, and I think it's an OT loss to Ottawa. What about you? Tommy went 3-0.
Tommy? Yeah. Was he at Kelly's before he got here? I think they win in Toronto, tell you the truth.
Okay. I hope they win.
I think the toughest game of this trip is going to be against the Montreal Canadiens. I think they'll be scrappy, and the Oilers won't take them as serious as most teams. And then it's kind of a toss-up with Ottawa. Ottawa, they're still an enigma, man. I don't get that Sens thing. This is the first year that I actually said I don't trust this team anymore. But they're knocking on the door this year. But they should be a lot better than what they are. 8-7 with that team. I thought they were going to take a giant step this year, at least to be on par with, closer to the Leafs than you would think.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a little off.
Ken says Matthews comparable is to Leon, not Connor. End of discussion. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Listen, I'm not we all dislike the Toronto Maple Leafs, but when I see great players, I'll always give them credit. And I think Austin Matthews is one of the best goal scorers of this kind of.
He's the best goal scorer in the league.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know who's knocking on that door now? Is that Kyle Connor.
Oh, he's excellent.
He's
that mustache has got to go though. Holy smokes!
It's
not a
best.
good look.
It's November though. Don't worry about it. It'll be gone.
Let's have some fun with our listeners. No cheating, listeners. And we have nothing to give you as a prize, but we're going to give you an IOU. When we finally do get prizes on this show.
That's $250,000. Might want to hold on to that one.
You want to partner with EST Afternoons, Matt at Edmonton Sports Talk, or Joaquin, or just our first name at EdmontonSportsTalk.com. We're going to do an IOU, and I'm going to question you two as well.
Okay.
Connor McDavid's first goal of his career was assisted by one player. Who is that player? No cheating. And who is the goalie he scored on?
I'm going to say, shoot. I want to say Darnell Nurse, but I don't know if that's true. And then it was against.
You're close.
It was against. Oh, you're telling the goalie. Who was the goalie at that point? I want to say it wasn't Turco, but it was Dallas. Is a Finnish guy.
Yes. Zach, do you know?
Not well. Who is that? Not Habib. There was that other goaltender.
Oh,
right. He was Nikolai, was he not?
No, that's the Russian kid.
Shoot.
No, it was a Finnish guy. Who is it, Hernan?
Matt Hendricks.
C-Run says Teddy Purcell. Nope, that is incorrect. Come on, people.
I was going
Text
to say
in.
Bobrovsky, but I didn't know it was against Dallas.
Joel says Nuge. Incorrect. I'll give it another minute. I'll let it marinate there. People are probably looking it up like crazy.
Oh, yeah, like crazy now.
What conference is the team in?
It was the Dallas.
It was Dallas?
Yeah.
It was Dallas?
Dallas.
Okay.
Yeah.
I knew that. It was a tip, I believe. And it went in. He went into the corner. So it was
Miami?
a shot. It was a defenseman. I'm pretty sure it was a defenseman.
It was a defenseman.
Yeah.
It wasn't Darnell, though. X-Ray J says Darnell and Kerry Lettinen. He got the goalie.
Oh, it was Lettinen. That's who it was. Okay.
Lettinen.
Not Taylor Hall.
And
defenseman.
Was he even around then?
Yeah, I think he was.
Was he around?
Just for one?
He was collecting his paycheck.
14, 15, I think he got
Let's see if he was around. I think he was.
He was on the LTIR.
Mark Fane was around.
Fane. Jeez. No
YG Chucky
Oscar
says Taylor
Clefbaum?
Hall. No, not Clefbaum. He was the first shin pad assassin.
Oh, jeez.
No, the second. He came after Clefbaum.
I want to say Spacek, but that's not it.
You're close.
I know. Darn it.
Bronco Nick says he wore 2 back then. That is also correct.
2. Leaf Vogelin?
His nickname was Reg.
Oh shoot! I won't get it now. I won't get it now.
Okay, X-Ray J and Distinct. got
someone said it in the thing.
Andre Sakara.
Sakara. That's who the. Yeah. No. I think he has a job with CCM now, testing.
He was a good defenseman.
Oh yeah, testing shin pads.
Yeah. Was he the first shin pad or the?
I think he was. He hit a lot of shin pads, man.
Dolphin says another platform is giving $50 GCs and you're giving out IOUs. But hey, the Dolphinius, they're going to be great. Once they come around, it's going to be great and fantastic.
That's
hey,
Tommy gives out 50s, but
every other show gives out really good prizes. So don't knock EST. It's just us. And I swear. So the winner is X-Ray J because he's the first one to say it.
All right.
Yeah. So X-Ray J, I owe you something.
I don't know. I think you're pretty safe on that. X-Ray J's listed what he's into right now. I don't think he'll be in any condition. We probably won't see him till 8 o'clock tomorrow morning.
He probably won't even remember.
No, yeah, he's done.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, so it was Connor McDavid from Andre Sakara, and the goalie was Kerry Lettinen.
Kerry Lettinen. That's what
Lettinen. All right, coming up, we got the EST Flyaway to LA, which is presented by the 780. That's coming up shortly. But up next, everyone's favorite, Jason Strudwick on the greatness of McDavid, on the oil rolling, and on being sexy. That's all coming up next here on EST Afternoons. Joaquin Gage, Hernan Salas. Up next, Zachticum with a sports update.
The NHL has 5 games on tap, including the Predators battling the Flames and the Capitals with puck drop against the Avalanche, as Colorado has Valtteri Nichushkin making his season debut. And after that, it's a hockey club taking on the Golden Knights, with Vegas re-signing Brayden McNabb to a 3-year extension worth a total of around $11 million. Matt Zuccarello hits the injury reserve and will be out 3 to 4 weeks for the Minnesota Wild. Zuccarello suffered the injury after being hit in the midsection early in the first period in last night's win against the Canadiens. And out east, it's the Oilers back in action tomorrow against the Maple Leafs, with Tom Gazzola and Hernan Salas live for the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show at 4 o'clock right here on EST. And the show will be live on location from Boston Pizza Westgate. So join Tom if you can. And in the ring, it all goes down tonight when Iron Mike Tyson steps in with Jake Paul. Tomorrow from MSG, John Jones and Stipe Miocic duke it out for the UFC heavyweight title. This sports update was brought to you by the Capital Care Foundation, where you have the chance to win big with the Split the Pot lottery. The pot grows with every ticket sold, with the jackpot getting bigger and bigger every day. Visit splitthepot.ca to buy your tickets now. Don't forget to pick Capital Care Foundation as your foundation of choice. And just after the break, former Oiler Jason Strudwick joins EST Afternoons. I'm Zachary Kubusch, keeping you in the loop.
Ready for an unforgettable sports experience? It's the EST Flyaway to LA. Presented by the 780. Listen daily for the EST Flyaway keyword. Once you hear it, text us at 780-218-9999 for your chance to qualify to fly to LA. Round trip flights for 2, hotel and car rentals, all to go see Edmonton face off against either LA or Anaheim. Plus, experience the brand new Intuit Dome as the Clippers tip off against the Warriors, and top it all off with the Rams kicking off against the Cardinals at SoFi Stadium. This is more than just a trip. This is the ultimate sports experience. The EST Flyaway to LA, presented by the 780 and Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Book your holiday party at the CBH today. The Canadian Brewhouse is your ultimate destination for events, parties, fundraisers, and more. 'Tis the season to celebrate. Visit and book now in-store or at the Canadian...
Celebrating 70 years in the signage industry, William Huff Advertising is the most recognized name in the game. An in-house, one-stop shop for all of your design, print, and installation needs. William Huff provides quality graphic solutions for everyone. Here in our City of Champions and throughout the nation, they are the preferred signage partner entrusted by many of the biggest corporations, pro sports teams, and organizations to bring their identity to life. Recognize the name, get in the game. WilliamHuff.com.
It's 2:23 Friday afternoon, EST Afternoons. Joaquin Gage, Hernan Salas. Text us 780-218-9999. Hit us up on the Nest. Just to answer Dolphinius chirping us because of our IOU offer. We are giving away a trip to LA, though. Put that in your pipe and smoke it.
Yeah.
So
I hope you've qualified already, Dolphinius.
Because we're not picking you. Not just yet.
It's random. We're kidding.
I can't take back the IOU and no X-Ray J. I can't get Dustin Schwartz fired. It's going to be GC of some sorts, okay?
Yeah.
So, sorry. All right. We're just ahead of the big guy.
You know, he is a big dude. Like
he is.
I forget what a towering man Jason Strudwick is, because I was with my buddy Tran Sanwith, who's no slouch himself, but Struddy has a commanding presence about him. Yes, it was impressive. Very impressive.
Very sexy. We're at 60 thumbs up for Struddy. Let's get another 20 here during the segment as we bring in James Strudwick, is it? Jace? Struddy, you there?
Yeah, you know what? I don't know who's been training Zach, but way better. He wasn't quite so nervous. He got my name right, so you know what? Kudos. I'll be doing the show again a third time. This was his last chance, or he was out.
Struddy, Reed Wilkins earlier in the week did a segment on his show, the sexiest athletes all time in Edmonton sports, and I think you were close to top 3 there, buddy. What do you have to say about that?
Oh, top 3?
Yeah.
Jeez. How dark was the room I was standing in?
You were just behind Sheldon Surrey and I don't even know who the other one is. Might have been Ethan Morrow. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Right? Remember they did Make the Pose in ESPN magazine? That was pretty incredible.
Yeah. Did you ever get asked to do the ESPN magazine, Struddy, or did Shona not want to share the wealth?
They couldn't find a big enough glove.
Oh, that's good.
Oh,
that's
man.
Good. Hey, Struddy, great job on the broadcast last night. You look great. But I was there when something kind of happened last night. Can you kind of, I don't know, you kind of got pushed out. It was quite alarming to me that they would treat you like that.
I kind of got pushed out. I got completely pushed out. So for those of you who don't know how it works, when Joaquin Gage or myself or Craig McTavish or we go to the panel, we sit at the end of the one rink, kind of, above the lower bowl with Gene, and we watch the game. And then they turn around, they put the lights on, and we do our interview or our segment. And then, after we did our segment in the second period intermission, McDavid's dad comes and he sits down and he does an interview with Gene, which is really awesome. So I'm about to roll back in there. I'm talking to you and your buddy Turan there, Gager, and all of a sudden Brian and his friend just stay in the seats and they turn around. And I've got nowhere to go. I go, what? What is going on? So I walk in there. I look at Gene, and he kind of gives me like the shrug. And I'm like, okay, I guess I'm done. So I grab my jacket, I grab like a notebook I had, and just walk out. Like it wasn't even like, hey man, are these your seats? It was like, we're here, you're gone, see you later. So I guess maybe someday if one of my kids gets 1,000 points in the NHL, I'll bully some other former athlete out of his seat. out.
It was so great because Struddy was like, "Oh, I guess I'm done." I had to go get his stuff and got out of there. That was great. What did you think of the game, Struddy, and the whole atmosphere there? Pretty cool moment to see what happened with Connor McDavid and just how he was embraced by his teammates and the fans as well.
Yeah, I thought in the first period, like everyone was just waiting for McDavid's shifts, waiting for him to score or get a point or whatever, and it was kind of stalling the game a little bit. And then the second they got it done, and it's so great that it's from Darnell and Leon, and it wouldn't have been the same if it was from like Jason Strudwick or Reese and Kala, right? So they got it. It was special. And then I loved how those teams came on the ice, and then of course you're going to come on the ice and you're hugging your buddy, get the puck. Like 1,000 points is a really big deal. What is it? 99 people have done it, which is incredible that anyone can do it, much less 99. But now it's the search for 2,000, and I'm in the group that I think he can do it. You look at what he's got. He's got 1.5 years left on this contract, and I'm going to assume he signs another 8-year deal. So that's 9.5 years. Can he get his 100 points? Or I'm sure he'll have a few bigger ones than that in the next little while. Then maybe he gets down to 80, 90, and grinds it out and gets his 2,000 points. So it's incredible that we've got to watch Gretzky, Messier, Curry, and now these two guys.
Gage,
with many other
come on,
stars.
you can.
Struddy, what did you make of Darnell Nurse, a guy who takes a lot of heat in the city from everyone, and sometimes it's fair, sometimes it's not, but he had a hell of a game last night, scoring a beauty, actually 2 beauties, but overall, Struddy, he's been good this season. What have you made of Darnell Nurse so far?
I think Darnell is an extremely talented athlete. Like his athleticism, his speed on the ice, and he's mean. He's a mean guy. And I think when he focuses on being physical, making a good first pass, and then supporting the rush and not leading the rush with the puck, that's when he's at his best. And he's played some great hockey for the Oilers, and he's finding his rhythm again. And I think alongside Kulak, who's getting a bigger role this year than last year, have a second pairing, take some pressure off the old management group to go out and find Rasmus Anderson or something. So, no, it's been really good to see, and you can tell in that after Connor scored that goal, Leon and McDavid had a moment to themselves, and they care a lot for each other. They've been together a long time, and they said it before, and I'm sure they're thinking we got to get this done in Edmonton with this group.
Struddy, we were talking a little bit last night and kind of discussing how I didn't even know what number Stamkos wore in Nashville, and the only time you really noticed Marchessault was when he almost got killed and when he took a penalty. I looked at that, and I was talking earlier on the flip side of the coin there, Jeff Skinner, who's really had a tough time. There's been glimpses of what he can do, but I was kind of alluding to the fact that it does take time to come to a new organization and find where you fit in and how you're going to be successful. Is this kind of the case with Jeff Skinner? Because we're definitely seeing that on the Nashville Predators side.
So when you're a worker bee, it's pretty easy to come in. You just work, right? Go get the puck, hit guys, get into the odd fight, try to get the puck to the net, and hope you don't get scored on. It's pretty easy to jump into a new team. But a guy like Skinner is different because he likes to have the puck on his stick. Mm-hmm. So does Marchessault. So does Stamkos. And now, the guys that Skinner can play with, Connor and Leon, they want the puck on their stick, and they should have the puck on their stick. So for Skinner, he's trying to figure out this new order. How do I best use my talents alongside these guys that are really talented that should have and need to have the puck more than I do. I could see last night there was a play where he kind of got behind the net and he tries to kind of create some space with his skating and get open, doesn't get the shot off, and he skated off really frustrated. And I get it. I feel for him because he really hasn't had any permanent spot anywhere in the lineup. So I actually said last night, maybe if Arvson's on back, throw Skinner on the right side with Leon and Paul Colton, because I like Paul Colton beside Leon. I know he doesn't score, but he goes and gets pucks. He's physical, and I truly believe if Leon didn't play with him, he wouldn't be on his line.
That's fair. I think we were talking about it too, where he eventually has to start producing, but he does retrieve pucks well, and it sounds like Dry does like playing with him. Let's look ahead. Oilers head out east to play the Maple Leafs, Canadiens, and Senators. When it's all said and done and they head back west, what's their record going to be after those 3 games?
Well, Montreal is a group that's trying to figure out how to win, and it's tough. I think that's a win. And then the other one, you got to get a split. Ottawa or Toronto. And Toronto. I don't know if anyone saw the last game against Washington, down 3-1. The night before, they took a beating from the Senators, down 3-1 against Washington. They found a way back, led by John Tavares. So, they're not an easy team, even with Austin Matthews out. It sounds like he will be out again tomorrow night. So, you know what? I think if they can get 4 points, I guess two wins out of 3 would be just great. That Montreal one has to be a win. Then tomorrow or against Ottawa, get a win and you come back. That'd be, what is that? I guess that'd be 5 out of 6 they would have won, and then now you're starting to climb up the standings and feel pretty good about yourself.
We're joined by Jason Strudwick. It's probably easier to find a show or podcast that he's not on. Struddy, I wanted to ask you a question because I remember when you were dominating in Södertälje back in Sweden, locking your kids in the car. Great story, by the way. If you haven't heard it, it's fantastic. Do you remember if you were in a visiting arena, and they scored a goal, did the whole bench come off for that first goal of the game when you played?
No, I don't remember that. Is that a tradition there?
It happened to me. I thought it was just everyone was so happy that they finally scored on me, but it seemed like it was always in Sweden. It happened in Sweden multiple times in certain arenas where after the first goal, if the home team scored, they would empty their whole bench.
I don't remember that. I mean, I was usually on the ice when we scored, so I don't remember coming off the bench. No, I don't. That's something I would remember. So maybe it changed, or like you said, they couldn't believe they got one by the wall.
Yeah, I think that was it. It was just, let's show this guy what's up.
Struddy, one last one for you. All week we've been talking about this ridiculous fight that's going down tonight on Netflix. Mike Tyson, Jake Paul. Do you have any interest in this fight tonight?
Oh, I've watched the documentary. I'm in. I'm watching it tonight, guys. I just went and got some of my favorite popcorn from Colonel's. I call it the Funky Cowboy, dill, pickle, and salt and vinegar. Large bag. I didn't cheap out. And I'll be watching it tonight. I can't wait to see these two go at it. An old man versus a guy that has built up a legacy off of doing crazy things on the internet. What a match. Match made in heaven.
Fight of the decade, eh? Do you give us a prediction, though? Who's winning and in what round? Struddy, you there?
Yeah, sorry. What'd you say, buddy?
Sorry. Give us a prediction for the fight tonight. Who's winning and in what round?
I think Tyson knocks it out in the second round. Now, the rounds, I don't know if you guys know, they're only two minutes long, so the old man doesn't get too tired.
Yes.
So second round knockout. Good night, Jake.
Nice. I think most of our listeners would love to hear that. And one last one for you, Struddy. Grey Cup prediction. Who's winning the game?
There's no way Toronto's winning with their backup. So I just start the parade. Plan the parade route out there in Winnipeg, going by the various, the Legion Hall and maybe the beginnings of a new airport there. Like lots of excitement. So that's what's happening. I don't know. What do you? Am I crazy, guys? Or
no. I thought there might be the slight chance just because it is the backup going in, and Winnipeg's been hearing about how great they are for a week. But after further review, I mean, I just. It's tough. Oliveira gets most outstanding player.
Yeah,
everything's just lining up roses for the Blue Bombers Sunday.
It's easy one, bud.
Yeah, Struddy. Well, thank you for taking the time. You're always a hit. We absolutely love you when you come on, and enjoy your popcorn, enjoy the fight, and we'll chat soon, my friend.
Talk to you guys later. Thanks, boys.
All right, that's Jason Strudwick, also known as Struddy, an absolute beauty. He's all in on the fight. I love it. I love how everybody's sucked in.
I know, we're all sucked in. God, man, it was so funny when he went to go, like we were talking outside, and then he turns to go back, and he stands there for a second, goes, well, I guess I'm done. And then he just grabbed his coat and left.
Because Struddy's that guy that doesn't get mad. He'll make fun of himself and be like, I guess I'm done for the night.
Oh, it was hilarious, man. Oh, he's so funny.
Oh, man. I got to work with him in my early days at 1260 when he was doing the night show. I then filled in with for Majo and trained on that show, and he was just an absolute beauty. You would have never thought this guy played in the NHL.
Yeah, he's great.
And all that. He's just so down to earth, such a humble guy, and he's great. I was at a wedding last year, too. Was it last year? Connor's wedding, and he was there, and he's pretty funny, man.
I wish I had, Kent was his main roaster.
Yes.
For the Struddy
I was
roast.
there.
Oh, you were there?
Yeah.
When he had the diagrams and stuff? Oh, my God.
That roast was hilarious because Noodles was funny.
Noodles, yep.
Robin Regier was hilarious.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Robin
Regier was. Who else was there? Who else roasted? Because those were his boys, right?
Was Ginla there?
No, Ginla wasn't there. I took a picture with Regier, and I took a lot of heat for it.
Oh, did you?
Can you take a picture with him?
Oh, jeez.
I was like, calm down. He's retired. He's a really nice guy.
Great guy.
Yeah. You know what time it is?
Time is it?
It is time for the EST Flyweight to LA, which is proudly presented by the 780. The 780 is a homegrown local shop right here in Edmonton. 780 is both the shop name and their in-house clothing brand that celebrates all things unique to E-Town. They also work with close to 100 local vendors from the 780 area code to help promote and get their brands off the ground. Check them out online at 780.com or at any of their 5 locations at Southgate, Londonderry, Kingsway, St. Albert, or the Outlet Mall by the airport. Grab your phones. Put your password in. Open it up. Go to the dial pad. 780-218-9999. You want to guess what the keyword is?
Fight.
No.
Tyson.
Close.
Huh.
Ice.
Close.
Keyword for this Friday on EST Afternoons for the EST Flyway to LA is ice. Text that in to 780-218-9999, and we'll have our next qualifier on the line in the final break. I have a few questions. We're going to do CFL predictions, MVP of the CFL game. We're going to pick our fight winner for tonight and in what round. Join us for all the fun. Nasty chat or on the inbox, 780-218-9999. EST Afternoons closes it out next. Joaquin Gage, Hernan Salas. But first up, here's Zach with a sports update.
After a 6-month suspension, Valtteri Nichushkin makes his return to the Avalanche lineup when they take on the Washington Capitals. And after that, it's the Predators battling the Flames and the Red Wings meeting with the Ducks for 5 games around the NHL. Tomorrow, it's the Oilers and Maple Leafs dropping the puck with Tom Gazzola live from Boston Pizza Westgate for the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show at 4 o'clock. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk. And the Minnesota Wild will be without Matt Zuccarello for 3 to 4 weeks as he requires surgery to repair a lower body injury he sustained after getting hit in the midsection early in yesterday's 3-0 win over the Montreal Canadiens. In boxing, it's 58-year-old Mike Tyson going toe-to-toe with 27-year-old Jake Paul from Arlington, Texas. And for the heavyweight gold, it's Johnny Bones Jones stepping into the octagon with the greatest UFC heavyweight of all time, Stipe Miocic, in MSG tomorrow. Right after the break, we bring up our qualifier for the EST Flyway to LA and discuss a little bit of Paul versus Tyson tonight. I'm Zachary Kubusch, keeping you up to date.
You want the heavy hitters on your team, both on and off the ice. If you've been injured in a car accident, call the heavy hitters of injury law. James H. Brown and Associates, Alberta Injury Lawyers. With over 200 years of combined injury law experience, their precedent-setting lawyers are ready to help. Locally owned and proud Edmonton Oilers fans, James H. Brown and Associates wants to support you with their unrivaled experience, unrivaled results, and unrivaled commitment. When accidents happen, head to jameshbrown.com.
780 is just another lame-ass, low-budget local shop. Homegrown right here in Edmonton, 780 is both the shop name and their in-house clothing brand that celebrates all things unique to E-Town. They also work with close to 1,000 local vendors from the 780 to help promote and get their brands off the ground. Check them out online at 780.com or at any of their 5 locations at Southgate, Londonderry, Kingsway, St. Albert, and the Outlet Mall by the airport.
Looking for a winning strategy for your retirement? Contact me, Joaquin Gage at K4 Financial, where expertise meets dedication. I will always look for a careful approach to your retirement, ensuring your financial future is secure. From tailored strategies to clear, actionable advice, I'm here to guide you every step of the way. Don't leave your future to chance. Get in touch with me, Joaquin Gage, today at k4financial.ca or email joaquin.gage@k4financial.ca to start planning for a brighter future and a more secure retirement.
.43 Friday afternoon, last segment here on EST Afternoons. Big weekend of sports. Of course, tonight you have the Jake Paul-Mike Tyson fight. Oilers Leafs tomorrow at 5. And then the Grey Cup, Winnipeg and Toronto on Sunday. And UFC, if you're into that kind of stuff. Two old guys fighting again.
So you got, if you're really a psychopath, you can watch the Oilers game and then right into the UFC. Is that how it goes? Yeah, I'm getting the thumbs up from Zach.
That's probably the way to go.
I mean, I wouldn't mind watching that Jones fight. I've never watched a Jones. I think I've watched one Jones fight. Didn't his toe almost fall off in one fight?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Ugh.
We're at 73 thumbs up. Let's get to 100. We only need 23. If you want Mike Tyson to win, hit the thumbs up. X-Ray J sending us pictures of his little one-man party.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Oh, that's...
So cheers to X-Ray J. Enjoy it, buddy. I'm sure you've earned that dart and beer. Nothing like a good dart, eh? Like a nice.
I
Demorier.
Jeez, I was shocked when I saw you smoking at the Nasty Bash. It was
at
like
the Estes, yeah.
Oh yeah, the Estes. Sorry, yeah. It was. It just didn't seem to fit.
But it's just to have a few puffs.
You went out like 5 times.
Well, yeah, but I wasn't having a whole one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, well, you know what? Whatever, man.
It is what it is.
It is.
Hey, I just saw an interesting article by 3 Down Nation about Nick Anderson.
Okay.
And they sat down with him, had a good conversation. It says CFL's top rookie Nick Anderson won't leave for NFL unless he's more than a name on a roster.
Well, I mean, he's got clout, you know. He's got a pretty big bargaining chip, you know. I can see that. Why go and sit on a playoff roster, right?
Exactly.
Or a playoff, just a practice roster. We already, we've seen what happens when guys do that and just kind of fade off into obscurity.
Yeah.
You know, and here he can really work on his game. You know, how old is Nick Anderson right now?
Let me look that up real quick for you.
Because
Nicholas Anderson is
24, I want to...
No, he's... Oh, yeah, 24.
Yeah, that's what I thought he was. Look, he's still a young man.
He was born in 2000.
That's crazy.
God, we're
yeah, that's 24 years. I think... Like he said, he still needs to... What's the most impressive part of his game right now is reading the play.
Yeah.
And he wants to work on that a bit more.
He's great. I'm so happy for him.
Yeah.
It's great. We have a qualifier.
Haas
Has
rung the line.
Is it Gaetan Haas?
Probably.
How you doing, man?
I'm doing very good. Thank you.
Awesome. Well, congratulations for qualifying for the EST Flyway to LA. If you do win, you'd get a flight for 2 to LA with hotel and rental car. You would leave on Boxing Day and return on the 30th. You would watch Clippers, Warriors, Rams, Cardinals, and the Edmonton hockey team in LA or Anaheim. If you win this trip, Haas, who are you taking with you?
Probably my best friend if his wife will let him go.
Yeah. That might be tough. Do you have a backup plan? Gager's available.
Yeah. If Gager wants to come, he can come then.
Oh my gosh!
All right.
We can do the draw right now. If you want.
Which game would intrigue you the most? NBA, NFL?
Probably the NBA game.
Oh, okay.
I've been to a couple NFL games. I'm a diehard Oilers fan. I've seen the Oilers in the old building and the new building. So the NBA I've never done.
Perfect. Well, Haas, on November 29th, it's getting closer on the morning show, hopefully with Dustin Nielsen and Lieutenant Eric. They will announce and call the winner. You can qualify up until the November 28th. All the best, Haas. Enjoy the weekend and then enjoy the game tomorrow.
All right, thank you guys. Hey, has there been any proof of life from Dustin? Is he still around?
Oh yeah, he's in Vancouver right now for the Grey Cup.
Well, he'll be all right. He'll be good to go.
Yeah, hopefully he's back next week. We've missed him here on the other end of the business, listening to you guys.
Yeah, I know. We've missed him as well. He's absolutely great at what he does, so he should be back very shortly, Haas.
Awesome.
All right. Have a good weekend. There's Haas, our next qualifier for the EST Flyaway to LA, which is proudly presented by the 780. Check them out online at 780.com or at any of their 5 locations at Southgate, Londonderry, Kingsway, St. Albert, and the Outlet Mall by the airport. Keep the text coming in, 780-218-9999. We're just ahead of the Reed Wilkins Show with Jay Milne. They got a fun show to close out the week. Reminder that tomorrow at 4 o'clock, Tom Gazzola, Matt Cassian, and myself will have the Oil Stream pregame show, and then we'll jump on right after the game from, I was going to say the ACC, but it's not the Air Canada Center anymore, is it? No. Huh? Scotiabank Arena, and we'll have the post-game show for you. Let's have some fun, boys. Actually, hold on. I want to see where the thumbs up are at.
I like Haas says, is he the first guy to actually inquire about the health of one?
He is. Well,
Nielsen?
a lot of people on
of text. Okay, yeah.
Only 2 people want Mike Tyson to win because we've only had 2 thumbs up since I put in the request to hit 100. We only need 25 more. Let's go, people. We got about 8 minutes here. Let's hit 25 more thumbs up for Mike Tyson, for the Edmonton Oilers. And let's get to our predictions, guys.
I just I see a tweet from Kevin Bieksa. He's not on the panel this weekend, being replaced by one Paul Biznasty Bissonnette, who's going to be torn between his Leafs and McDavid. So this will be an interesting broadcast, I think, in between periods.
I love Bieksa. I think he's great.
All right.
Let's start with the Grey Cup prediction. Joaquin, who's winning the game and what's just who's winning the game?
Who's winning or who do I said that there's an outside chance Toronto, I think at the beginning of the week, but I've wavered all week. I think Winnipeg's just going to roll them.
Okay, I'm taking Winnipeg. Zach?
Winnipeg.
Okay, well, this is no fun.
I know it's no fun. That's why I should say Toronto, but
okay. Jake Paul, Mike Tyson. I want the round, and who wins the fight?
It's going to be a draw.
Okay.
8 rounds. Draw.
They'll hug it out. They're best friends, and they're going to go party and laugh at how much millions they made.
Yep.
Okay. Zach Kubusch, you're very passionate about this?
I wouldn't say... Well, yeah, I guess I'm passionate about it, but I think Jake Paul gets a 5th round knockout on Mike Tyson. He's 58. He's 58 years old. This guy...
He's not a regular 58-year-old, though.
Has got to be glass by now. It's got to be glass. It's been amazing. He could take cinder blocks to the face, but now he's 58 years old. So it's not going to be a good sight.
So what'd you say again? Paul in the
KO round 5.
I can't believe this.
I'm gonna go Tyson, 7th round knockout.
Okay.
There's no way they're not making this go at least close to the distance, right?
I don't know, man.
What you got?
I said draw.
No, I know, but Big Maple says Jake Paul round 5. Mike X-Ray Jace. Mike Tyson first round 148. That's very specific. Marble says win or lose they hang out with Tiger.
What Who do you think there's going to be like a lot of celebrities at this fight?
I do.
Like, is it A-list or like are we?
That's probably B-list.
B or C?
Yeah.
I'm thinking we might get to F here.
Aiden Ross is going to be there, guys. Come on.
Todd Gack says, please don't break down this fight like it's a real fight. Well, it's a spectacle. We already said that, right, Gager?
Well, I mean, this is the first. It's terrible that this is the. I guess you can include Fury, but I mean, this is only the second real fighter that Jake Paul's fought.
Boxer. He's fought real fighters. He's fought previous UFC champion.
That's not a
twice.
No.
And Nick Diaz or Nate.
No, that's not. They might as well fight me.
Come on, that's
UFC fighters are terrible at striking. A real boxer.
Have you sat down and watched a fight in the last 6 years?
It's there. You can't compare the two.
Yeah.
Like
you can.
You could take the best striker and fight the best boxer in a boxing match, and it wouldn't be close.
That's a boxing match, though.
Yes,
that's a different sport. That's like taking.
But that's what I'm saying.
Somebody who plays ice hockey to go play field hockey. It's not the same sport.
So
but
you can't. You're saying you're agreeing with what I'm saying. They're not as good as strikers as boxers.
Yeah,
they're not
but
even
you were
close.
saying, well,
that's what I'm saying.
So overall striking, kicks, elbows, punches, knees included.
No, of course not. I'm saying boxing. If it was just a boxing,
you were saying
match.
just striking. You're saying he hasn't fought an actual striker. Sorry. Very fine
saying,
line there.
Okay.
It blurted a little bit. Boxer.
Yeah.
He hasn't.
You
fought a boxer.
include like the kicks and the elbows and stuff. That's not really.
Mirko Crow Cop.
Yeah. C-Max from Southside says Tyson in the 6th. Andrea says Zach's great. LOL. Tyson to win. Joel says I was right yesterday about the goal. Is that the McDavid goal? I would think so. This one says my wife's here and they're Marlboro from Punta.
Marlboro.
Are
you thinking about smoking already?
Well, and then Spency 5 cents. He says Demorier. Ooh, fancy. Oh boy. So yeah, this fight's gonna be an abs. How many fights are before it? Do we know?
7, I think. Jasmine told me. So
7.
Okay, so the fight's not gonna be till 9.
Oh, easily.
Yeah. Okay. So I don't have to tune in at 6:30.
Well, are the other fights like actual fights though? Are they like sanctioned?
Are they real boxers?
Yeah,
I'm saying?
I think they are.
Anyone know? Big Uke, you know. Is
actual
it
boxers.
Big Maple's the big UFC guy. Is it Big Uke or Big Maple?
Big Maple. Big Maple is the guy. So when he said 5th round knockout by Jake Paul, I'm riding with that guy.
He says tomorrow night is the show out party for Mauricio Ruffy and the Fighting Nerds camp at UFC. What is that? I don't know what that means.
Best up and coming fight group in the UFC. Everyone's over it in the fight game in the mixed martial arts game. They wear nerdy glasses, kind of, you take those 3D glasses, you pop the lenses out and you add the little tape in the middle. They're all killers. They are all fantastic fighters and they're on win streaks, knockout streaks, just crazy stuff. They're all great, different boxers or different fighters in their own right.
Exactly.
Not boxers. I got boxing on my mind. Jeez, you got me fired up, Gager. But it's gonna be a great weekend. And to answer your question, though, there are actual boxers on the card here tonight. One that I see, Shad Asia Green, 14-1 versus Melinda Watpool for the WBO super middleweight title. So it's an actual. There's sanctioned fights underneath this mirage.
Another Mick fan says, laugh aloud, Zach knows what's up. Big Maple says, bottom line, age is a factor. You will all be making excuses regardless of the outcome. Enjoy the goddamn entertainment, he says. Bronco Nick says, Kubusch getting defensive on his MMA guys. Marble says, Logan Paul jumps in and does a moonsault or whatever it's called. I think that's his brother who's in wrestling. This is why EST Afternoons is great. The respect to the nasties like Big Maple. Well, yeah, he's the expert on the nasty group, right?
Is he?
Yeah. For fighting. Well, and Zach's our fighting expert.
Well, wrestling expert.
Okay, you give me a prediction on John Jones and what's his name?
Stipe Miocic.
Stipe Miocic.
Put some respect on his name. It's hard. I don't know. They both haven't fought in a while. I think. I don't know. If you combine the time in the last 4 years, like combine it 7 years, right? Only one fight is kind of the thing. Miocic is old. He's a full-time firefighter now. He was a part-time firefighter when he was the champ. He's the greatest heavyweight fighter of all time in the UFC, but it's going to be good. He's tough. Of all time. He has the most title defenses with 3 at the heavyweight level. He's beat Fabricio Verdum and Daniel Cormier twice in a trilogy. Both of these guys, John Jones and Miocic, have fought Daniel Cormier 3 times, and it's funny because Cormier hates Jones, and he's going to be commentating the fight. So he knows more about any of these guys, but I don't know. I think Jones walks through him. I want to say Miocic has a chance. He can take a punch. He's a great wrestler. Like, he's great overall. He's just tough as they come. He could chomp to the bit and just absolutely get at a fighter, but John Jones is John Jones. So there's nobody really like him.
I just feel John Jones is going to win.
So, yeah. I mean, it was a first-round submission against Cyril Gahn the last time he fought, which was 2021 or something like that when he won the belt. But I got Jones. I think Jones to win because the fight afterward is going to be more exciting than I think this one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I got Jones in some fashion. I don't think it goes to decision.
And Zach's got his UFC shirt on. So it's a busy sports weekend. Grey Cup Sunday, UFC Saturday, Oilers, Leafs, 5 o'clock. Oil Stream pregame show at 4 tomorrow. And tonight, it's the big fight. Jake Paul, Mike Tyson. Chime in. I think our group chat's going to be pretty busy because we're all going to be just pumped up and maybe giggling a little bit at everything that goes on because it is going to be a spectacle. It's going to be chaos, but it's going to be fun. Big shout out to all our guests this week. Today, Kent Tilley, Edmonton Elks linebacker Nick Anderson, and former NHLer and part of the You Got Your Back podcast, Jason Strudwick. It's been a fun week. We'll be back Monday. It will be an Oilers game day, and we'll recap a very busy weekend in the sports world. For Zachticum and Joaquin Gage, I'm Hernan Salas saying enjoy the fights tonight. Enjoy the sports weekend. We'll talk Monday. Ciao for now.
Edmonton Sports Talk delivers a mass audience of key, influential customers to your business, all while you associate your company brand with the biggest names, the hottest sports news, and teams from every league around the globe. It's where fans go to get their sports fix and where our partners find the most loyal consumers. Contact us today and see how our team on Edmonton Sports Talk can score the biggest goals for your business. With various advertising options available, email business@edmontonsportstalk.com or head to our website, edmontonsportstalk.com.